Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Ain't ready for this.
Oh shit!
Oh! It's me. Okay.
Hello everyone. This is very experimental for me. During one of my first videos, I recorded everything on Photo Booth, and Photo Booth is an absolute nightmare to edit. So I decided that I'm gonna use my Lumix Panasonic camera, but I can't see what's happening, and it's also too low, so I have it on top of some donuts right now. Hopefully this is actually recording. Hopefully it doesn't stop recording. Hopefully the sound is okay. Hopefully you don't see my donut box. Hopefully it's an okay angle. I don't know. There's a lot of variables in this. I need to get a better setup. Anyway, I saw it just now. And, initially for this review, I was going to dress up as a clown, to kind of commemorate the occasion. But I realized I do that every day. Anyway, yeah, so on to the review. I'm not a fan of horror movies. If you know anything about me whatsoever, you know that I don't like them. It's not that they scare me, it's just I'm never interested in seeing them. They all seem like the same kind of formula. They all just have jump scares, and none of them feel genuinely scary to me. I saw this Tumblr post that was like, a horror movie using a jump scare and claiming that it's scary is like someone tickling you and claiming that they're funny because you laughed. It's like automatic response, if something loud happens, you're gonna jump. I guess kind of somewhat long ago, a friend of mine showed me the original against my will, and I actually really loved the first half of it. The second half isn't good, but I still remember it very fondly. So that was my main reason to go out and actually see this movie. And it was something else. Like, it was just, I don't even know where to begin. It was just, everything about it was so well put together. I guess I'll start with the characters. These kid actors were phenomenal. Each character had such an individualized personality. Each of them had their own voice. Each of them had their own fears and worries and desires. It was just they spot on casting. Pennywise was spectacular. I can't think of a more terrifying and perfect portrayal than Pennywise. I think, as much of a sin as this is to say, he kind of did better than Tim Curry. Tim Curry did his own thing in the TV special original movie thing. It was on TV, so they couldn't show the gore. They couldn't have a lot of the graphic stuff, the swearing, all that stuff that a lot of people are used to. But this one, they didn't have those stipulations. It's a big budget Hollywood movie, so they did a whole lot. They did everything, and they did it all so well. He was terrifying. His voice, his eyes, his face, that lip, the drool, everything. Spectacular. The music was really good, weirdly. The pacing was excellent. The action. This movie was a particular standout for me because it so successfully did what so many other movies try and fail at doing, and that is blending together a number of different, very, very different and difficult to capture genres. It was a horror movie, it was an adventure movie, it was a romance movie, it was a comedy movie. It was so funny. Just everything they tried to do, they did successfully. The cinematography, the camera work, so good. Just very, very excellent, noticeably good. Most people don't even notice the cameras, but they did such unique kind of first-person shots when you least expect it, and it was just excellent. The pacing was good. There were 7 main characters outside of Pennywise, and they divided the time between those characters pretty well. The movie is about 2.5 hours long, flies by. I know a big aspect of this movie, obviously, is this fear, the horror aspect. And did it scare me? No. Was I breathing the entire time? No. It was very suspenseful for me. It was very intense. It was very engaging, but it wasn't particularly scary for me personally. But I know, other than this one part, the part in the trailer with, are you guys watching me? Are you paying attention to Bob? Stop watching Bob's Burgers. Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure.
I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, there's part in the trailer where they're doing the slides, and like he kind of shows up in one of the slides. That scene was crazy. The scene when they first go into the house and they all kind of gang up on him for the first time was crazy. All of it, the visual effects were just flawless, frankly. I'm struggling here to think of a problem that I had with this movie, because honestly, beyond personal, very subjective gripes, I can't think of any. This was just very well paced, very well acted. The visuals, the music, the sound, the characters, the directing, the writing, all of it was just fantastic. Honestly, it was really good. And you are very likely to be spooked, proper spooked. Just because I am a husk of a man doesn't mean that you won't be shitting in your seat. I mean, during that slideshow scene, I wasn't, I didn't get scared, but I kind of did like an electric chair pose, like one of the, like kind of like really, it was really jarring, and it spooked me, it got me. But as a whole, I wasn't scared, but you probably will be. Yeah, that's really it. Honestly, that's it. I have nothing else to say. Just, it's very good, and I really recommend it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with the rating here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and rate it a 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. And the reason it's not higher, despite my very large amounts of praise, is kind of going back to the subjectivity thing. For a movie to get past that 4-star mark, for me, I have to respond to it emotionally somehow. Any movie that can give me some kind of emotional response deserves recognition. I cannot emphasize that I don't feel anymore enough. I cannot emphasize enough that I don't feel anymore.
Nothing!
So if a movie can make me feel anything, it's like, well, that's good for you. But for the average person, it might be higher than that. The rating, I mean, it was just very, very good. Hopefully, part 2 doesn't destroy everything like the original did. But we'll see. See you in 27 years. Oh, in case you're wondering, you probably aren't, but the reason why I'm not doing my normal like trailer clip show thing is because YouTube is very strict with, copyrights and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, you're gonna have to deal with my face for a little while. Hope that's okay. Hope you don't mind. Yeah, so that's it. I think my next movie might be Kingsman, so look forward to that. I'm also planning on eventually doing another video where I both conclude the tragically short-lived Sarah Ha thing and also give a rundown on how I rate movies. And I'm gonna give you like side-by-side comparison on 2 very, very different movies that I gave the same score to, and I'm gonna try to explain why I feel how I feel about these movies. So look forward to that, and I hope you like this. Like it, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. Just trying to do some cool stuff out here. It's hard. See the movie. It was very good, very spooky, and I recommend it. That's all. See ya.